Today, I'm just gonna try to share a bit of my background, my story, and some of my thoughts. So please bear with me. When I was younger, back in high school, I remember when my mom was diagnosed with cancer and how it changed her. It was so frightening. There was an indescribable fear. It was a low point in my mom's life. There was always an impending sense of death. She felt very isolated. There was no one for her to talk to. She was so worried about death, but she didn't want to bring her family down. She wanted us to remember her for what she accomplished in her life. She wanted us to remain happy. She did not have the mental progressiveness we have today to relate this sense of dread and anxiety. My mom, she passed away in December 2017. Watching what she went through changed me. I thought about how this individual woman focused 18 years of her life on me. I thought to myself, I need to broaden my life to others more than myself. It made me expand my compassion. It made me realize you only have one life direction. Your decisions in life have great impact. We can't just sit back and enjoy when things need to be corrected. You can make the right decision, but if you don't try, you already lost. My family has a ballroom in Alhambra, and on New Year's, I was helping my family there when a man entered the lobby. He had a gun. A lot of my memories and emotions came to me. I thought about the people around me, the people here that have been so kind to me. They helped me in my life, and if I was missing from my family's life, what would happen? This gave me a sense of strength to push forward. I disarmed the man and chased him away. Thank you. What I learned afterwards made me sad and angry about the situation and with myself. I had the chance to impede the gunman further, but I did not want to destroy the sanctity of human life. At that time, I thought I had made the right decision, but I didn't know what was right or wrong past that point. I learned about Mr. Tran, the gunman, had did at Star Ballroom. I learned about what Mr. Tran, his life, his actions, and it made me think of the experiences of others, including the older generation in my family and community. People migrate to the US. They have an experience of receiving hate. My family has been on the receiving end of this hate. It's hurt my family and made us feel attacked. People reflect back this hate as a defense mechanism to stand up for themselves and their beliefs. This creates a cycle of hate, and it's unhealthy. This cycle of hate forecloses the possibility of love and appreciation of our differences. During my speeches and events, I've met a lot of different people who've shared their stories and life lessons. It's make me proud when they appreciate how I've supported them in some aspect of their lives, whether they felt excluded, stigmatized, or hated. I'm glad I can give them a sense of solidarity and support. It makes me think how harmful this hate can be. I also think about the experiences of my friends who confide in me. They talk about their feelings of being depressed, excluded, or even suicidal. They need someone to talk to relate to, but they are reluctant to go to therapy or seek professional help, even if they are struggling with these harmful thoughts. This is why we must reduce the stigma associated with mental health support and encourage individuals to seek the help they need. This can include support from a therapist or counselor, practicing mindfulness techniques, or participating in support groups. My apologies. Thank you. We must invest in mental health resources and services. It is painful to see our AAPI members being subjected to discrimination, harassment, and even violence just because of their ethnicity. We must stand together against hatred and bigotry. We have been scapegoated and blamed for the spread of the pandemic in the US. We need to educate ourselves and others about the harm of racism and the importance of inclusiveness. We need to acknowledge and respect the diversity in our communities and work hard towards a society that values and celebrates it. We also must hold those who perpetrate this anti-Asian hate accountable for their actions. Many incidents of gun violence are carried out by individuals with untreated mental illnesses. Increasing access to mental health services and support can help. We can start by promoting mental health and fight against mental stigmatism by breaking the silence and talking about mental health openly. We need to reduce the stigma. I think promoting emotional vulnerability followed with emotional control by creating a safe and supportive environment where people feel comfortable sharing their emotions is integral. This means actively listening. Thank you. This means actively listening to others, providing empathy, validation, and avoiding judgment and criticism. Today, we remember those victims of the shooting on March 16th. We also remember the victims in Monterey Park and Half Moon Bay. We honor them and remember them. I ask you to join me in standing for a change that requires courage and vulnerability. Be an example of bravery for our community. Thank you for listening.